Alrighty, Sagittarius, let's get into your reading for today. Something could be being revealed to you. There could have been some changes in your work in the past. I feel like things are heating up or things are going to be getting better. Position of authority, okay. Situations that require careful handling. Maybe you learned a lot. Maybe you were in a position of authority or you were dealing with people in positions of authority. People might not know what to think about you right now. Maybe they're still evaluating you or something. This could be in work. Or you could be working on your stuff and this is what they're thinking about. Maybe they're just not sure how to feel. Like maybe your haters have a different opinion, right? So you're overcoming some major challenge regarding your career or something that was getting in the way. Yeah, it could have been some kind of heartache. This could have been something emotional, maybe something the devil sent to kind of keep you distracted or off your path. We have dark woman that fell on the ground. I think you're approaching a much happier time because it's in the reverse. So you could be like lightening up after a certain amount of time or something, but it's kind of like the fire is finally burning down a bit maybe, but interesting. Door. There's definitely some kind of door. So I don't want, they're telling me not to go too far into that. So yeah, I think you're just gonna, there's changes in your life and you're moving out of something that you feel is lacking in your life. So, okay. Messages of advice for Sag. Could have been dealing with the Taurus. Fruit wine, wow, a celebratory invitation to the possibilities gifted when you reach beyond yourself. Wow, okay. Closing out cycles, Capricorn energy, taking control, mastery, overcoming fears, doing the shadow work, completing it. It's time to get out there and be social. I also heard get out of there. To make new friends, build relationships, invite people along the journey. Your chances of success increase tremendously with the help of others. If you're seeking love, consider asking friends and family to make introductions or set you up on a blind date. If you're starting a business, seeking a partner who shares an interest in your plans may be the missing piece. Perhaps it's too much to go it alone, so having someone to share the hardships as well as successes can reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed or like you felt like you're on your own. So this doesn't have to be like a relationship. This can be like coworkers, colleagues. This card can also represent the presence of a kindred spirit, someone who understands you as though you were the same. There is the promise of a lifelong kinship and a mutually beneficial pairing of support. The sense here is that you have found your folk and are experiencing the sense of coming home. The shadow side of this card is feeling left out or left behind. Sometimes people grow apart, or life gets in the way, and it isn't as easy to spend time together anymore, which doesn't have to mean the end of a relationship, but maybe a sign to welcome new people into your life who can fill some of the void. Open your heart and allow different attachments to form. You never know when you've met the next addition to your soul family. So maybe these are like friends as well. I heard sister, sibling. So yeah, this could be like another fellow Sag or something like that. I know I like Sagittarius, so anytime I meet another fellow Sag, that's a woman specifically, I would say my feelings are mixed about Sag men, but that's just men in general, no offense. But Sag women, I don't think I've really had that bad of, I don't think I've even had a bad experience with a Sagittarius, honestly. But it's probably because we're optimistic people. We tend to be like freedom loving in general. I don't know. Actually, I have met like men though that were bad experiences though that were Sag. No offense. At least two. But the women are great. I think they're great. They're a bit quirky, a little bit. They do their own thing, right? Very expansive, freedom loving, kind of detached, I guess you could say. I can see why people might say that we're detached or something because we're just focused on our own shit, honestly. Onwards and upwards, right? The future is always expanding. Sagittarius. Wow, self-worth. So yeah, you learned a lot, it looks like, regarding self-worth. This could have been tied to your career. Looks like your spirit team is like trying to protect you maybe from like demonic people around you, or maybe there was like karmic contracts or lessons that had to play out in these areas. Sag. You're going through some big changes. You just need the courage to do it, really. You're dropping any kind of fears, I think, and you're moving towards new beginnings in finance or earth sign energy. So somebody could be scared of this for you. Like maybe there's a man that's watching that's like scared of you coming into wealth. So that's really toxic. Yeah, they want to control over you, but you're not letting them have control because you have too much self-worth. Amen. So you have distance. Okay. Wow. And they're feeling really guilty because this person could have been like too social or was really in their shadow side or like in their comfort zone. They weren't evolving. They were just listening to what people around them said or did or something. So I don't know. I feel like they wanted to trap you in the same, I heard, mess or hellhole that they're in. So we're just going to move on from that. Evidently, obviously, you might need to celebrate, like take yourself out or something like that. I'm seeing like, I don't know, pizza, maybe a drink, you know. You know what? That's funny. This morning, there was these, I mean, bless these girls. Obviously, they've been partying all night, and I'm like, get it. But it was like 6:30 or something like that, and they were like, like, all the bops were playing. But they were kind enough to like stop after like 5-10 minutes, so that wasn't bad. But it's still a vibe. What a banger way to get up in the morning, like hearing two girls coming back from partying. Like you could tell they were probably drunk though. Like they were blasting music with the doors open of their car. So I'm like, a vibe. But Sagittarius, I live in a pretty quiet place, thank God, most of the time. Amen. I would say it's quiet, especially, well, I've lived in a bigger city, so. um. Anyways, yeah, I guess you kind of gonna. It's kind of giving like, because I'm not from a big city, but it's kind of like when you go to a big city, you get initiated kind of through the trauma. Okay, anyways, I'm not gonna shit talk any cities, but I had a Pluto line through there, so I can say what I want. Um, wow, new love, new love. I feel like this is something that's gonna be more fruitful for you. Tell me more, Sagittarius. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of communication headed towards you. Somebody could be like making moves on you, or just trying to make moves on you, or somebody strategizing to get you, or that's what they're thinking about. That's interesting. Yeah, so that could be what they're thinking about a lot. You could have established boundaries with this, or your spirit team was advising you to learn about boundaries or fight for and protect for what you want in your career and your self-worth. Something about boundaries, though. There's definitely something about needing boundaries. Maybe you were like always the person who would like take on duties and tasks that were not yours, kind of energy. Like there's something about changing your belief system and initiating yourself into a new world of being. This could also be a commitment you exited. Could be Taurus energy. Heard Capricorn in my head too. But you're coming into your confidence. I mean, this is your card, Queen of Wands. Yeah, people are watching you come into your confidence and work on your happiness, your peace, your clarity. So they see this. And yeah, this could be like touching your soul or tapping into your soul that helps you to move through these changes as well. Somebody might want to like take this away from you or something. And I think that's why you're defending yourself. Okay. Yeah, this could be somebody who's trying to manifest over your life, or somebody with Gemini placements. They're in denial. Ooh, somebody's not stable. Maybe that's why they're doing this. Um, they want to hold on to you, but they don't want to give. So that's really weird. Sag. You're moving out of stasis. This person wanted you not to be happy, literally. King of Swords, Nine of Cups in the reverse, or they're not happy that you're not stuck in the same misery as them. Gemini energy as well. I feel like this person could have been like a twin or a shadow for you to like reflect upon yourself, because they say anything you manifest externally is just the inward, because everything in your reality is manifested by you, so it's your beliefs, right? Until you face it, like sometimes we suppress things and it shows up externally. You're like, why do I always deal with aggressive people? Meanwhile, no offense, bless your soul, if you have Saturn and Aries like me, you're not going to get anger until you approach your first Saturn return, because Saturn restricts the zodiac sign it's in for the first 30 years of life, and I just got confirmation with that with the horn. But then after like you hit your first Saturn return, you can finally use that area of Saturn. So if you had like Saturn and Sag, that could be like higher education or your belief systems, optimism. Saturn and Aries, that could be your self-determination, your self-will, honestly, your self-hood. So it really depends. We do have Saturn in Pisces wrapping up, the finishing there before it moves into Saturn and Aries, starting that new cycle. But I've definitely felt the effects, and you definitely, it's because Saturn goes so slow, you feel the lead up to it as well. Like it's like applying a transit, like a transit that's applying. You feel it as it builds, and then once it hits, it kind of starts to wane, or it builds up in strength or whatever. But anyways, depends. I don't know. We're not going to get into it, but let's get you juicy messages. So maybe I had to mention that Saturn is trining you guys, which is awesome, actually. So you might even enjoy Saturn and Aries a lot more than others. And I think it's because you have a sense of maybe self-will, or if you lean into what the energy is about, it'll probably be easier. It's like if you integrate it. Sagittarius, like fears, Saturn represents fears. It also represents mastery over fears, because you understand everything. You see the darkness, you do the shadow work. Yeah. Reject them. So you could be rejecting bad energy. Saturn is also about boundaries, right? It's about it's the last known seen planet with the naked eye. So it's all about boundaries. And Saturn only respects you when you have boundaries, because Saturn is the devil himself. So it's like demons are going to be around you all the time, but if you say no, then you have mastery over demons, kind of energy, right? So moving brings new energy and ideas. So keep your energy moving as well. Move out of stasis and stagnancy. Auric protection. I love that. So yeah, you're with those boundaries here with Seven of Wands. That makes sense with your spirit team. Like maybe you're asking certain deities to protect you as well. Meet someone new for coffee. So that's interesting. Gotta get up out of there. Yeah, we already saw that. So there's something about getting out of this energy, or just getting out of this vibe. This was protection. So this is, you are being protected. Protect your ideas. Don't share until ready. So don't pressure yourself. Something about somebody wants to take your money. Side note, detaching from their energy field. Or they were sucking energy as well. People learn from your actions. Ripple effect. Yeah, so you're changing everything, the entire universe, every choice you make, every determination, every tiny little binary choice. Imagine your manifestations have been fulfilled. So I think they want to get you into being ready because it looks like it's about to be ready. So time's almost up. So thank you so much for being here. Please hit like, subscribe. You can get a personal through the Buy Me a Coffee link or leave a tip through there. Take care.